Hi friends, it's Terry Stewart, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to Stamping with Terry on Thursdays. So I am trying to stamp live every Thursday. Thank you for joining me. Today we're making a masculine card featuring the wonderful, actually it's Wildlife Wonder, but it is wonderful and I want to show it to you. So let me turn the camera around so you can see what I'm stamping, and I can tell you about a couple of the specials going on, and then we'll jump into stamping. So if you get sick from the camera moving away, look away now because the camera's moving. You're going to see probably my ceiling, my big white light, and maybe my big head. Oh my gosh, there we go. Let's see if we can turn this camera around. There we go. All right, let me push this up a little bit. Center it. There we go. All right. So yeah, today is free shipping. Orders subtotaling $75. That means before shipping and tax, your order comes to $75. You're getting free shipping, but it's only today until midnight. So if you have a wish list, and you want to jump on this special, because after today, it's no good. This is the card that I will be stamping. It's a masculine card. I feel it's a masculine card. It says to a great guy. It's definitely a masculine card. And it has this Wildlife Wonder. So it has to a great guy. And on the inside of this card, I have put, for all the great things you do, I'm going to turn the one I'm going to be stamping with you now into a birthday card. So it's going to say sending birthday wishes, but I think it would make a great masculine card. Now this is a mashup. I've been doing, last week I did a lot of mashups where I took a stamp set and a DSP pack that didn't necessarily coordinate, and I mashed them together to make cards. So this one I've used the expressions in ink, so you can see it's beautiful. The foiling, the florals, lots of marbling going on, and you might think, how in the heck did you ever get a masculine card out of that? So one of these, this pattern has these gold foil stripes. On the other has a cinnamon cider, kind of water splattered watercolor background, and that's what I've used. So this card does have things that are retiring, and I'll talk about that after I get this card done. So let's jump right in with some stamping. I'm going to put my stamp set aside, move my card up here, and bring in my pieces of my kit. So I'm going to set the envelope aside, and I am going to get to this envelope and we'll stamp on it. So I have a scrap piece of cinnamon cider cardstock that I'm going to make this tailored tag punch with. Here is my DSP pieces, a piece of white cardstock, and here is my card base. So this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 2 1/4 and 7 3/4, and that makes our fun fold. So I'll just fold this over quickly, and then we're going to do some stamping, and we'll come back to this. Let me use my bone folder. I love my bone folder. Because I like crisp edges, and this helps me. So I'm going to just butt these edges together and then use my bone folder to crisp them up. There we go. And it looks like they're a little off center, but that's fine. So put that aside, and I've got a piece of DSP, and this is cut at 2 inches by 4. And this one is 3 inches by 4. And then our inside piece is 4 by 5 1/4, just a standard quarter sheet layer. So I'm going to stamp on the white on these two pieces and my tag. So let me punch my tag out. This is the tailored tag punch. This is in the annual catalog, and it is retiring. So if that is something you like, this tag, you probably want to jump on that. You only have 2 weeks, and after that, it's retired and unavailable. So don't miss out on tailored tag. And we have a free shipping today, so you definitely want to get on that. So on this card, I used Early Espresso to stamp the bear and the owl. I'm going to try something a little different to see how I like it. So this is soft suede. So you can tell me at the end whether you prefer the soft suede bear or if you prefer the original and Early Espresso. So this bear, he won't quite fit across on the DSP, but most of him will be there. So I'm going to ink him up and place him towards the bottom, but I want to leave space for this shadow underneath of him. So I think that looks just about right. And like I said, he will not fit all the way across. I won't get the entire bear. Got most of him. His nose is hanging off, but that's fine. I'm going to stamp on my tag to a great guy, and I'm going to center this, and then I'll chop off or cut off part of the tag. So just right in the center. Hopefully this is straight. Can't get my head under there. Yeah, straight enough, right? And then on this piece, we're going to stamp the owl. And I'm going to turn it this way so the owl's up here. And I will be putting some of this little image, grassy image on the bottom. So we'll stamp our owl up here on the top left. And he's kind of looking down at the bear, I feel like. And then the last thing I want to stamp with my soft suede is the inside. And I did say I was making this into a birthday card, so sending birthday wishes. I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to put this right in the middle. Hopefully it's going to be centered because I can't get my head in under the camera. You don't want to see my big head. So that looks, I think it looks suffice. That will suffice. All right, now bringing in cinnamon cider. So this is an in color that is retiring. So you only have a couple. You got to May 3rd to purchase anything with cinnamon cider. The cardstock, the ink, because after that it retires and is gone. And you don't want to have to pay eBay prices for it. So get it today, especially if you can get a $75 order and get free shipping. So let me bring my envelope in. I'll put some of these cinnamon cider grasses. And so that'll bring a little bit of the anticipation of what's going to be inside this card. Oh, I think I got ink on my finger. A little smudge. Okay, let me wipe that off. And one more thing, we want to put a shadow under the bear. And this shadow kind of mimics where his paws will go. Oh, got a phone call. Sorry about that. So we'll put. So that will be gone in a minute. It's just a spam call, I'm sure. All right, now we can start assembling. Oh my gosh, I got ink on my finger. It's a very juicy one. Well, see? They're trying to send me some kind of car insurance. I knew it was spam. Okay, so we can start assembling now. I'll start on the inside with my... I've got all kinds of ink on this. Where was that coming from? So this goes on the inside. Just center that in the space. And then we're going to put our DSP. There's ink on this too. Something has ink on it. Massive amount of ink. Does that ever happen to you? You get something and all of a sudden the ink is everywhere? I'm not quite sure whether it was my finger or... Okay, there. And then maybe it's this that's all inky. It might have been the ink, that soft suede ink is kind of juicy and it's all over the image. Maybe that's where it's smeared from. Okay, so I'm going to be careful and not touch that bear because I think he's where all the ink is coming from. Okay, and I'm going to pop this up. First I'm going to kind of look at it. So I want the owl to kind of seem like he is sitting on this tag punch. So I will put some dimensionals behind him because you know I cannot make a card that does not have dimensionals. It's just in my DNA to have dimensionals on every card I make. Very infrequent that I make a card that does not have dimensionals. Although I'm going to show you one after this while I'm done, and you will see one that has. So I'll just put, is that? I feel like it's crooked. All right, and now I can just trim off this edge. And the last thing I want to put on these is there's some kind of like water spots on the DSP, and I felt like these polished dots kind of mimic that. Now these are in the mini catalog, and they're in the Symbols of Fortune suite, and they're clear, and they say it's Calypso Coral, but I think it kind of has these orange undertones. So I'm going to pick one up with my putty tool, and I'll put one up here, and then I'll take two little ones. I'll put one over here, and then another small one up next to that larger. So it kind of looks like water droplets, I think. And there's our finished card. So I was going to show you another, the same stamp set, different DSP, and another, so it's a different mashup. So this one is almost the same layout. I used the bear, but I fussy cut him. I used the banners Pick-a-Punch and cut this banner out. And the DSP is also from the Crane of Fortune suite. So the birthday card. So same card, just different DSP. So you can see the mashup there, different looks depending on what your DSP you're using. So I was going to bring in and show you the mini catalog, and the Wildlife Wonder is on page 71. And so you get some ideas up here of what they've done with that card, or, you know, different inspirations. And then the polished dots are on page 23. They're part of the Symbols of Good Fortune, which I just love that suite. And you can see the polished dots. Here is the Symbols of Fortune DSP, which I made that second version with the bamboo, this version. This bamboo pattern is in the Symbols of Fortune. So I talked about things that are retiring. So here's the annual catalog, and you can hear my dog clicking across the floor. So the ink colors from 2020 to 2022 Cinnamon Cider is retiring. So the cardstock, the ink pads. So if you like Cinnamon Cider, you have till May 3rd. And today, with the free shipping, you might want to consider that. And the expressions of ink that I used on my card, this card, is found on page 131. Here's the ink, expressions of ink DSP. And the tailored tag that I used for the greeting, this tailored tag, it's retiring. So you only have a 2 weeks or so to get that, so you don't want to miss out on that. So there, you can add those to your wish list and place your order today and get some free shipping. Here's the annual catalog. This is the new catalog. It starts on May 4th. Some of my customers, you may have already received it in the mail. If you haven't and you want one, hey, reach out and let me know. I'd love to share it with you. I can't open it right now because it's until May 4th. I can't show on the inside, but I love this catalog, and I know you're going to love it too. I'm going to hold an open house launching this catalog probably May 14th, so there'll be more details to come on that. So, thank you for joining me for this masculine card, mashed up with Expressions in Ink DSP. I hope you liked it. Remember, reach out to me if you have any questions. I have room in my stamp club. We actually made this card in stamp club last month. So you can join my stamp club and be making cards, great cards like this. And I'd love to share them with you. So until next time, remember, stamping is fun. Bye.